Good afternoon, and for those who are in attendance, thank you, and welcome to Brookhaven Town Hall. Our meeting starts at 5 o'clock, but what we do before each meeting is we acknowledge people, special people who have contributed greatly to the town of Brookhaven. It's always nice to know that we have great people that live and work and play in this town that make this town such a special place. I'm going to start off with someone that isn't here, which is unusual. He's 17 years old. But last month, or earlier this month actually, there was a young girl who had finished work, got a cup of coffee, and Jack knows the story because Jack's, besides being our public information officer, is the deputy mayor of Patchogue. And this gal went down to Mascot Dot, which is at the end of South Ocean Avenue, to drink a coffee and relax looking at the bay. And instead of hitting the brake, she hit the gas. And the car plunged in. And people think, oh, it's not that deep there. It was 8 foot deep. So the car began to sink. And there was a bunch of people around, and they looked and looked. And the 17-year-old boy knew what to do. Ran right in and jumped in and saved her life. She had, by that point, gone to the back of the car where there was still an air bubble. And he rescued her. And this is a story that is the type of thing. And there was a lot of people standing around. No one jumped in but the 17-year-old. And to me, that deserves special recognition. And fortunately for us, our councilman from the area, Neil Foley, knows the story. And I'm going to give the microphone to him so he can mention this gentleman's name and a little bit more of what he did.
Thank you, Supervisor. And you were right on point, but this young man's name is Anthony Zonger. And like the Supervisor mentioned, he's 17 years old. And when the car went into the water, he actually had to break the window of the car. And he really, truly saved this woman's life. Now, Anthony cannot be here, and this makes him more of an impressive young man. He is 17 years old. He is already committed to being a Marine next year when he turns 18, and he works 2 jobs. And he helps his family on a monetary and financial basis. So he would be here, but he's working his 2nd job right now. So on behalf of the Supervisor and my colleagues, we thank you, Anthony.
You're amazing.
And what we're doing now with Senator Wyke and Legislator Thorne, we're going to meet him on Sunday afternoon. We haven't picked a Sunday yet because we have to work around his schedule. He works very hard. But I promise you, I will let you guys know if he could make it, and the Supervisor and the Mayor and Deputy Mayor, that when we find a Sunday for Anthony, we will honor him in person with this proclamation. So, Anthony, thank you very much. You're a hero. Here you go, Supervisor.
Okay. And next we have Councilman Kevin Laval, and he's going to talk about Middle Country and their basketball team.
Thank you, Supervisor. If I could have all the members of the Middle Country Unified Basketball Team come up, and Coach Nicole Willis and Coach Ed Miller, if you could come up too.
Come on up, kids.
Come on, guys, right up here. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
So
I bet you guys are awesome.
So we always love to recognize champions here, and this is a championship team right now. Undefeated League 3 and Suffolk County champs right here for the Unified Basketball League. Congratulations, guys. You know, in my life, I've got a chance to meet some amazing people. A good friend of mine, Coach Miller back there. We grew up at Center Reach playing basketball together, and I happened to see on Facebook that he posted that they were league champs. And I actually, you know, being funny with Coach Miller, I said, wow, it's about time you won something as a coach, you know. But no, I saw this, and Ed and I started talking about this league and everything about it. This is an amazing group of kids that, you know, went out, won a championship, had a lot of fun. I just want to congratulate you guys personally. It's a great thing that you did. I want to have Coach Willis just say a couple things about the league and about what makes this league so special. Coach?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for coming tonight. I'd like to thank the parents and the guardians and the constant support that we get from Middle Country District. It's with great pleasure that I could talk about our unified basketball team today. The program began just 4 years ago here for Middle Country. We combined Newfield and Center Reach together. We have watched something so small turn into something even bigger and better, with a team of individuals who guide, laugh, communicate, run, sweat, and play basketball together. The impact that each of these players have had on their teammates' lives is just unmeasurable. What started off as just a sport with a few practices a week and a few games throughout the season turned into these everlasting friendships. This year it was extra special for us as we would always explain the difference between a win and a loss, and that it doesn't matter, it's all about having fun. We went from an undefeated season to our first playoff season to an undefeated extended season and to be Suffolk County champions. Coach Miller and I are beyond proud and excited for these folks here, and we wish them nothing but the best. So congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations, guys, again. And I think, Jack, we're going to get a picture together for all the parents if you guys want to just line up.
Cheese.
There you go.
Let's go.
And last, but certainly by not least, recently, when they met, the New York State Economic Development Council gave a Lifetime Achievement Award to Fred Braun, gentleman standing next to me. This gentleman is, and has been for a long time, the chairperson of our Industrial Development Agency. You don't get paid for this. This is a volunteer situation. You might get a good lunch or dinner now and then, but you don't get paid. This is volunteers. Now, what you may not know about the gentleman standing next to me, I think he started the same year I did with the town. I was appointed Commissioner of Housing Community Development with the town of Brookhaven in 1980, 42 years ago. And this gentleman joined the IDA board 42 years ago. And for the last, I don't know, at least 25, 30 years has been chairperson of that board. And that Lifetime Achievement Award, what does the IDA do? It works to create jobs, brings industry and businesses in to Brookhaven Town, helps expand over the years our tax base, but provides a strong economic base. And I think his councilwoman, Jane Bonner, is going to say a few words.
Thank you, Supervisor. I'd like to just let the audience and the people watching Channel 18 know some of the notable projects Fred has been part of since his tenure on the IDA. During Fred's tenure, they includes 23 renewable energy projects, including rooftop and ground-mounted solar arrays, fuel cell and battery energy storage system, the Ronkonkoma Hub, the Meadows at Yaphank, and numerous pharmaceutical and manufacturing distribution facilities. Fred is always thinking. His brain is always churning. He's always looking at redevelopment projects. He and his wife, Janet, are very active members of the Mount Sinai Civic Association, and I'm proud to have Fred live in my council district. He's a great resource. Congratulations, Fred. Today is your day in the town of Brookhaven. Want to say anything?
Sure. First of all, let me just thank the supervisor and the town board for the support that they've shown me over these many years, going back to when I was appointed by Joel Lefkowitz back in 1980. But it's not just me. It's providing me and Lisa Mulligan and her staff with 6 other board members to allow us to get our job done. And as Jane just indicated, I think we've done it very well, and I'm very proud of what we've done. So I thank you all very much.
Congratulations. All right, you want to hold that in front of you? Or do you want to take a picture?
Come on, guys.
It's not official unless there's a picture, Fred.